Hello, it's currently late, and it's the holidays, so we're of good cheer. You know, it's my first time introducing.
And the last. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing. I'm BreeKay. This is Kasairi. This is Jack the Ripper, aka Lorenzo. And we are going to talk about not wanting to spend money. Is that what you said? Saving money? What
Saving money. I think it's going to cover a broad spectrum, but saving money in general.
Basically, well, first of all, I heard, like, Bub was telling somebody, I don't know who he was telling, but he was basically saying, like, because someone was saying that they don't like the holidays because they don't want to spend presents or have to buy presents. And he was like, don't feel pressured to buy presents because it's the holidays. And I don't know. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, but I do feel pressure because it's like you do want to get like everybody stuff, like people that you care about stuff and things like that, right? But you gotta go where the deals are. You gotta find as many deals as you guys can, and Bub has been helping immensely.
Yeah.
And I just do not want to spend money. I feel like every time Christmas comes around, I like dread it these past couple of years just because like you just spend so much money, and I'm like, yo, like I do not want to spend that much money this year like I was. And it just, I don't know, I start getting like in a bad mood, like internally about spending so much money. Mm-hmm. And like I just don't want to do that this year. I want to be smarter with my money. I want to like work on just having, you know, financial management, like getting it down to the T before this new year comes, because I'm trying to do things and I can't do that if you don't have no money. So
it's true. How do you guys feel about people who don't manage their money well?
Well, I was one of them.
I was too.
Recently.
And then are constantly saying that they're broke.
Okay.
Oh, but I never said that.
That part is like.
See, I didn't say that.
Right.
but if I'm talking to you, then it applies. If I'm not, then don't worry.
If it don't apply, let it fly. Because, okay, let me tell you guys something. Okay. I think I told you, but I didn't tell you. Right, so,
tell me something new.
For my work, usually we have a holiday breakfast every year, and we do a white elephant gift. And this year, there was no white elephant gift, and it was kind of weird that there was going to be a holiday breakfast anyway because of some stuff. But we had our holiday breakfast. We didn't have white elephant gift. The day before, I was asking my coworkers, are we still having our holiday breakfast tomorrow? Because I hadn't heard anything about it, but it was like on our calendar. And so one of my coworkers said, oh yes, but we're not having white elephant because we're all broke. Tell me why that same coworker every payday orders Domino's, a full medium pizza, some breadsticks, and she eats it herself.
Is she big or
no? No, she's not big.
Wow, then more.
Eats it herself. She's always going next door and buying a bunch of stuff all the time. She's always going on trips. She always has her nails look fly. I'm not gonna lie, her nails be looking great. She always has her nails on. Her hair is always done too. She always has the highlights freshly done, a new cut.
All of the lights.
All of the lights. She sometimes should be at the Harley Davidson store because she rides a motorcycle. She'll be buying a new bike. She smokes. So she's buying cigarettes. Girl, how you talking about you broke? And she outsells everybody in the company put together. What? So she has to make money. But it's like, that's the thing though, is if you're gonna spend all of the money you make, then yes, you're never going to have more money. So when she told me that, I kind of laughed a little bit because I had just cooked a bunch of money. But I kind of laughed and she was like, oh, okay, well, I guess you're not because you made that face. And then all of them were like, oh, you can buy us gifts.
No, you could learn how to save your money.
I would have went like, look.
I would
have been like, first of all, don't come for me.
A lot of...
Because, look, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to just real quick.
No, yes, do it.
First of all, don't come for me because I'll come for you, your whole household, everything you got.
I'll buy everything out right now.
I guarantee you that every single one of them makes double, triple what I do. I guarantee it.
Are they in sales?
Yes, 2 of them are.
They should be in sales.
And they get commission.
Will they get hourly plus commission?
Yeah. They are on salary.
And bonus.
Oh,
2 of them are on salary,
and
they get
bonuses,
commission.
Right?
Yes, and we all got holiday bonuses based on how long we've been with the company. Mm-hmm. So theirs has got to be pretty good.
So there you go.
So what's going on there? You guys tell me.
It
They're
takes a lot
spending
of,
all their money.
right, exactly. And it takes a lot of self-discipline, because obviously people want to go out and buy whatever their niche is. Like, I like shoes. I wish I could buy all the shoes that I see in the mall when I pass and stuff like that. But it's just like self-control, self-discipline. No, I'm not going to buy that. I don't need another pair of shoes. I literally have 20 pairs in my closet that I don't even wear every day. Like, it's just more of like, starts being necessity versus, or need versus a want. And it's like, if you're trying to do something and build something that's going to be amazing for your future, like, you need to start with the self-discipline now. And people that have like you're never gonna have that self-discipline if you never practice it, basically. Like, no matter how much money you make. And that's like one of the principles that was stated like in The Richest Man of Babylon, I think.
Richest Man of Babylon.
Yeah, that he was basically saying, like, you gotta start somewhere. Like, whatever paycheck you get, like, you save 10%, right? And then we tie, so 10% for that, and then bills, because you basically pay yourself first, and then bills, and then whatever else is, you know. But yeah.
What helped me was when also Ariana helped a lot, to be honest. But what helped a lot also was I was listening to Jim Rohn, and he was saying something about like, who has more money, the man who makes $100,000 and spends $150,000, or the man that makes $50,000 and spends $25,000. It's the man who makes $50,000 that has more. So it's like, really your wealth is not always in what's incoming. It's what you are dispersing your money into. And everything's an investment, since you can get depreciation, which is like your clothes and stuff. Like, it's an investment because you're investing that these clothes will last for so long, but eventually, like, you either you grow out of them, or they get worn and torn, so they depreciate in value. And there's other stuff that I think wealthy people do, that they get. There's different things that appreciate in value, like property.
Right.
And then on the lower side that we found recently, is a lot of little cook items that people just want. You know, so it's like, those are high in value. I think you have to come up with a plan that if you really want something, that's okay, but like, make sure you do what's necessary to purchase that item or to get that item. Like, don't just get it when you don't have the funds to cover everything else, and you're not even thinking that you're just swiping. Because I've been there, you're just swiping, not even thinking. But what changed is because I was making a lot of money at one point, I was just swiping. So like, it never really affected me until way later on, when I didn't have a lot of money coming in. I was swiping, and then where is everything, you know? And now I feel like I have almost more money than ever, and I'm nowhere near, well, I am near, if you call it cooking and stuff like that, but as far as like just the income from like skill set, it's not as much as it used to be, but I have more now, and the only thing I really switched is my habits, to be honest. Now it's weird, because I have the mentality, like, now I really only want to purchase things that could make me money.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like, other things, or if it's a good sale or good deal, I automatically get it.
Right.
So like, and when I say good deal, it's like 8 items for $10, something like that, and be like, oh, I can't pass on that. I'll just guess, and I'll figure out what to do with it later if I want to sell it or whatever. We'll figure out later. But it's all, I think it's just a mentality.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So like, today we cooked items, and like, there were small little wins, but I cooked like 18 of them, so each one got me like anywhere from $5 to $20. But total, it got me like $130 for all those items, and then I sold them. So it got me like $130. When I say $130, I'm just talking profit. So it got me like $130 profit. It took a lot to buy those items. I mean, I bought them all within the span of like 10 minutes each, like every hour. It took like 10 minutes to buy. But I mean, if you invest your money right, I think you can make it work for you. So I can see like how when big players get in the field, when they're starting to do this with property, they're starting to do this with different stocks on Wall Street and stuff. I see how big players, like, they play like this. It's not a game. I mean, it's a game because it's a risk, but it's calculated risk. Right. It's important for us to practice these principles now, because it's actually a good amount of money. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good amount of different profits that, you know, like, I see some kids making $30,000 a month from just this. You know, it's cool.
And I was talking to Bree about it earlier. We were talking about like just credit and different things like that. And I was telling her that I watched like a Gary Vee video, and it really like changed my mindset or switched my mindset. Like when he's basically saying like, I don't care about people getting in debt, but as long as there's a good ROI attached to it. Like if it's making you money, then get it. Swipe the credit card if you have to, and you know that it's going to be like a greater return on your investment. But don't just be swiping the card on food. That's not giving you but more weight.
That's y'all.
This is true.
Real talk.
And your money, you're never getting it back. That's the thing. It's like, at least try to go for things, like they said, where you're going to get something back, where you're going to get it back. And if you're going to get it back and then some, that's great. That is making your money work for you.
It is.
I feel like I've heard that phrase all these years, and it never really occurred to me that that's what they meant. Was like, you put your money out there, and yes, you're out that money for like whatever you put. Like, you don't have that money in your possession at the time, but as soon as you get it back with more, your money is doing the work for you at that point. Like, you're not really going out and doing manual labor and having to, like, your money is literally doing the work for you. So
You be trying to feel like, I want it now. Like,
I know, seriously. That's nice.
It is nice when it
you
comes
see the big amount, you're like...
I know, that's what we were talking about too, because I'm like, even if you only make like $12, still, you get the money that you put in back.
Yeah.
So it feels like a lot at the time.
Because you didn't spend it either.
Right. You
That's
didn't go and spend it on something else. You're getting it back.
Yeah.
But
That's like, yeah, that's huge. Like, that's why I said it. The good thing about it is you're putting it somewhere where you can't even get it.
Right.
You don't know it at the time. You hate it, but you're putting it somewhere you can't get it. So you're like, oh, I'm okay. So then, like, and one of the guys when he was first starting, he said there was times I was eating noodles for a week because I just wanted everything I bought. And I had low cash and I had maxed out all my cards that I knew was coming back. So I would just eat noodles for the week. He's like, you know, that's my stepbrother. He knows. He did the same thing. Like, we were just doing this, and he's like, that's how we got it. We just risked everything.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I see how people, and then the more we do it, I'm like, this is how, like, when people do like property and stuff, and they're doing
this is what they're doing, just on a bigger scale,
bigger scale.
more money.
And it's something but the thing also is, everybody's got a cell phone. Not everybody, but a lot of people have a cell phone. Like, a lot. I think everybody's standard I know. So to me, anybody that says, oh, I ain't got no money, and they have a cell phone, you sleeping. Like, you're really sleeping. You gotta, how much is that cell phone itself?
Depends on which one. If you have the newest one, I get $700, I think.
So you got the $700 you're probably paying for a plan, just included probably in the $700 or whatever. That's an investment you're making in that phone. You might as well make it work. I tell myself, if anybody's like super young, I'm like, you sleeping. You're sleeping hard. That's probably what they were telling us. We were like, you're sleeping hard, but you're sleeping so hard. Like, there's so much available, especially in the summer like time. I could only imagine if I knew what I knew now in the summertime. What's good about those guys, they were telling, that's when they got me rethinking about like credit cards and how they use different ones. Like, if they're gonna travel, they use the travel cards. If they want just their cashback cards. And people shop anyway, so use the cashback. You should use a cashback credit card if you can when you shop, because even though it's a little bit, you're getting something back.
Right. And
same with that app I was with Rakuten. You should plug that in because you're gonna get and some of these stores like Macy's right now is giving 10% cash back. So like, you're getting that 10%. Imagine if you're using a card and it had a special promotion of like 4%, you get 14% back. I was sleeping on that, but it's crazy how that stuff works because it will add up.
Look, we're over here dropping all this free knowledge. Let's get a picture
2020 Patreon.
This went from saving money to making money.
But you're still saving money because it's like you're putting the money away and it's just increasing.
Yeah, it's like.
So you're kind of doing both.
That's true.
And about the Christmas thing, yeah, like, you're gonna feel pressure, but don't allow yourself to be so pressured to where you're gonna break the bank. And then, because a lot of people do this, they break the bank for Christmas, then after Christmas, it's like, now I gotta make up all my money back, and you're waiting for your tax refund check just to come in, then you blow that. Like, it's like the same. You just gotta break the cycle, rethink some things, because like, and what's crazy about the flipping thing, like, I think for a while, like at least every other day or so, I was getting paid from something, and even whether it could have been like $6 one day, but it was something like every day. And so like I'm thinking in my head, like, every day can be payday. But you gotta do your research, and you gotta do your due diligence to figure it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they know you for the stuff you wake up at 7. You be waking up at 7 o'clock, staying until 11 p.m. just random. Anything can be random, but at the same time, it's worth it.
I understand, like, sometimes this lifestyle is not for everybody. People like being a slave to a 40-hour job. So if that's your thing, then that's your thing. Like, people don't want to be a leader and be in charge of things and stuff like that. They'd rather be like go to the same office or whatever and being told this is what you do for the day, and you know, go home, you come at this time, you leave at this time, and blah blah blah. Like, people like that stuff. That's fine. That's for you. That's not for me though. I hate feeling like I'm not in control. This isn't mine. Like, I just want something for myself, and I feel like this gives me the liberty to just do other things as well as make money at the same time, like, and put that aside for what I want to do as well.
Well, can you see it like being another stream of income this right now?
Yeah.
And I know in the future when I have kids, they're gonna be doing this. I'll be like, I'm gonna teach you something. You know? Yeah.
Right.
You better make up $100 a week. I'm just kidding.
They're all little baby.
Oh, right. Let's pass by.
No, I'm just kidding. But what was I saying? Yeah, you see it as another stream of income. So like you can add this to your stream, and then if you're working or whatever, it's another stream. So then you got 2 streams rather than 1. It's like different streams. It's like you open up the streams to come to you. If you don't have those streams open, nothing's gonna come.
Right.
The only stream coming right for most of y'all, the only stream going is out. Ain't nothing coming in. So then your river's dried up, and you're wondering why you ain't. Oh, I'm on, bro. I don't have no water. And then you're asking another river, can I have your water?
Right. You're broke.
When you don't know what they did to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
being broke. No, I was just kidding about the whole slave thing, but like I just hear a lot of people that I know complaining about they don't have money, they don't, you know, they are, you know, basically their work is hindering them from doing other things, and it's just like if the goal is to do whatever it is that you desire, that you're passionate about, and your work is not that, you gotta make some changes somewhere. You gotta sacrifice some things. You gotta move stuff around in your schedule and make it work to where, I don't know, have some goals, write them down, make it plain, put some freaking goal board on your wall when you wake up, and you see something that you're gonna see it every day, and remind yourself, okay, I have 3 months to save this much amount of money, and blah blah blah. Like, you gotta start somewhere, and if you're not even doing that, then you don't deserve to get anything that you really want to do, you know? But
and then don't be going out to people with your hand out all the time when you're not putting your hand out to work. I'm just gonna leave that one there. But like you said, you're expecting somebody else to give it to you, and you didn't even really do anything to. You only have a stream going out. And I wanted to bring this up in, I guess, on my own channel, but I'll just bring it up here. Like, people are posting their Spotify numbers, and I'm very proud of a lot of people. I'm just like, that's really cool that you got all the streams. Like, that's a feat, first of all. And yes, that is some money for some people. We only released 2 singles this year, and one of the singles we didn't even get any of the play counts on our account. But I was looking at our Spotify numbers, and it wasn't like they were terrible for just only having out 1 song and not really doing anything else. But I was like, it's funny to me though, because I'm seeing other people's numbers, and I think that even though our Spotify numbers were so low and we released less music this year than ever since we started, I made more money off of music this year, I think, than every other year combined. And it was literally from me starting my business. And like you said, you open that avenue to make more money, even though you have to put more into it, and you don't see
not right away
anything sometimes, or you only see a little bit or whatever. But like, I'm ending up in the green this year, and I'm just like really excited about that. Because even if it was, like I said, even if it was $12, it don't matter. That's $12 more than I would have had if I didn't start my business. So, like, literally starting my business, doing features, doing, you know, like, little stuff on the side and stuff like that. Because we did do features and things. So, like, it's just you open up that opportunity. Like, people always talk about building your brand. It is important to build your brand. It also is important to build your reputation, because people pass your name on. They do. They think of you when they're going to do something that is professional, if you're professional. But if you're not, they're not going to think of you. Or if you're always slacking or always messing around, they're not going to recommend you. If you're not consistent, they're not going to recommend you. But like, if they see that you're working and moving and that you're consistently producing something good, they're going to come to you.
Right.
So that's another thing, is build your name as well as you build your capital. As my brother says, get your capital up.
Get it up.
I think the economy is probably going to crash in 2021. That's what they're predicting. Obviously, nobody knows. But get ready for it. Right. Be ready for it. Don't be all scared.
It's not a bad thing because it
goes
up and it goes down, and then it'll go back up and it'll go back down. So when it goes up, the economy is crashing. It's gonna crash.
That's literally a big discount. If you have
capital,
it's a big discount.
A big discount.
You can go in and buy the stocks you want for super cheap. You could go buy the properties you want for super cheap if you have the money. And then as soon as it goes up again, you're good to go. Right. So stack up your money now so you're ready for that recession so you can go in and buy up everything.
It's too much.
Patreon. 2020. Some videos we're gonna have to do exclusive because
we're giving you your mess. We're giving
you're gonna have to cut all that out and just.
But you know what? I'm thankful for the people that do watch our content, that do tune in, because it's not like it's a bunch of people.
No.
You know, like I'm glad. I'm really thankful for the people that have stuck with us and who watched this whole Longo video.
I put a good investment to this information, and it's already paid itself back. But I put a good, at the same, like you said, you had to put amount of time. Well, in this case, I put like money and like some time because it took a while before it came back, I guess. But to the point is like you start to see it come, and then when a lot comes, you're like, I can't get this all at once. So I might as well spread it around some. You got to make that initial investment, that initial start or whatever, just to boom, open that avenue, and then when that one starts, you get a handle on that one, try to open more avenues or whatever you got to do. And I'm not saying you got to buy and sell. You got to figure your own niche though. Like I never thought in my head that I would be doing like web design, web to that being a stream or anything. It's like, to be honest, it's just random, but you really just got to open yourself up to whatever you're good at and let people know and see how we can monetize it and go from there. And I'm not saying it's all about making money, but money, it does take money to do things.
Right. And a lot of you are stressed out, depressed, like have anxiety, and a lot of it is because of money.
Yeah.
If you would, and it's not
out.
Yes,
you're eating out every day. You're literally spending what? Say you spend $10 a day because you're buying a quick breakfast and a quick lunch because you don't want to take it to work or wherever. You're spending $50 a week because assuming that it's Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's a lot of money. That's groceries, and you could have bought 2 weeks worth of you could have bought a thing of lunch meat and bread, and that could have lasted you 2 weeks for lunch. Like, not thinking.
Or don't want to put the time in to make your lunch.
It took me a while before I realized, like, the Starbucks thing, like, if you get a Starbucks every day, and it's like $5, so you work $5 a week, it's like 25 $25 a week, 25 times 4, $100. You're subscribing to Starbucks for $100 a week.
It's true.
It's like that quick. It doesn't look like that much, but
no, it does.
It does.
Because when you look at your bank account where my money goes, whoa.
It just started. I don't know where my money goes. Like Jiro said, I just don't know where it all goes. Oh, that sounds like a guy we want to put our money into. You just don't know where it goes. And some of you wonder why the Lord don't bless you. You just don't know where your seeds go.
Okay, so what we're gonna leave them off with is give them one person or one like YouTube channel or podcast or Instagram account, whatever, one person that they should follow or subscribe to or whatever to listen to help them develop these habits or learn more about like saving money, managing their money type thing.
Okay.
I can tell you guys, for me, I listen to a YouTube channel called Minority Mindset, and the videos are pretty quick, they're pretty short. But he talks about stocks, real estate, the economy, and literally I think he posts 2 videos a week. I used to watch one every day on my lunch sometimes, but now I probably watch maybe one a week, or I just listen to it because he keeps me up to date on all the, like I knew all the CEOs are stepping down. His newsletter tells me all that. It gives a quick overview of what's going on in the business world, what's going on with the economy. That's where I learned about just a lot of different things that I didn't know. So Minority Mindset is one YouTube channel that you can subscribe to, and subscribe to the newsletter as well.
I feel like if you're like, if you want to like begin in buying and selling, like if you want to begin in that kind of stuff, to figure out like some of the stuff we talked about, like buying different items and how to know what to buy. Like basically you want to know what sells high, and basically know what's valuable to buy and stuff like that. One of the YouTube channels that helped me in the beginning was Botter Boy Nova, and he bots, but at the same time he gives a lot of good tips on how to get started in buying and selling. and he breaks it all down for you. Like even if you just not gonna bot or anything like that, he's a good person to follow because he'll break it down even if you're not doing that. So that'll be out there. And then the other one, I feel like a lot of things I think people deal with when it comes to, you know, being broke or trying to save money. It's a mentality thing. So you want to get stuff that's going to help your mentality, like think bigger, especially being maybe like a millennial and stuff like that. We think too small. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, I'm just going to go live in a big mansion and stuff like that. To me, that's still thinking small. I started to think of like what I want to pass to my generation, my kids and their kids' kids. Like I want to leave a good amount, and not saying like, oh, I want to have everything made so they can just lay down and do nothing. No, but I want to leave I want to do my part in leaving an inheritance for my kids and their kids. What helped me to get into that mindset was the podcast, Eric Thomas's podcast. What is it?
Something to success, right?
Secret to Success. It's S2S podcast. That's one that helped me out too.
Kind of like what he said. But even thinking about like when he was saying, I think we think too small. Like sometimes I like to read like Forbes, like going to Google, going on Forbes, and then just looking at like the different CEOs. I really like enjoy looking at those things, and that stuff is inspiring to me. It's like that could be me. You look at Kylie, and she's only 21 or something like that, or I don't know, 22, and she created this huge empire and just sold 51% of it, and like. I mean, just even knowing like little things like that, like just knowing who's the CEO of this, who's the CEO of that, what do they do, how did they get there, how old are they, oh my gosh, they're my age or they're younger than me and they have this big old thing. It's possible. You just gotta, again, self-discipline, self-control, figure out what you want to do, make a plan. Like, you just gotta, motivate yourself and find things that motivate you, that speak to you, and you gotta go out looking for it. It's not gonna come to you. You're not gonna wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I'm a millionaire. Like, no. But yeah, I would say like just read like Forbes or stuff that's kind of, and it might not be interesting, honestly. Some stuff is like kind of slow reads and stuff, and it's just like.
That's the thing though, is like you have to. That might be another sacrifice for you though. You have to sometimes listen to something that's not as entertaining.
You're gonna have to read something.
Exactly. That might not be as entertaining as scrolling through your Instagram feed, or you know what I mean? You may have to look at some figures and you've never done that before. But like once you start doing it, it just gets easy and you get used to it and then you get interested. But it's up to you. What are you interested in? Are you interested in your future? Right. Or are you interested in building something? Or are you interested in just staying how you are? And like she said, if the thing is, job security is great. Like, you know when you're gonna get a check most of the time if you're not gonna get let go. But, for the most part, like, when you're gonna get a check, you're gonna get it every 2 weeks or every month or whatever. You generally know how much it's gonna be based on the hours that you were there. A lot of people get benefits, they get healthcare benefits, and that's, like, crucial. But, like job security is awesome, but like she said, it's not for everybody. If there's something else that you're trying to build or trying to do, a lot of times you need money to do it. And some of you have the money to do it, but you're spending it at McDonald's or Starbucks or Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus or your iPhone bill. That shouldn't be an unlimited one. Maybe you need to go get the little 2 gig one, or if you're gonna be the unlimited one, find a way to pay for that bill using that phone.
You just said everything I had.
I'm trying to
had
help.
more than that before Ariana asked everything. Started asking stuff. I was fighting hard, but I'm not regretting.
You don't deserve everything you want.
You don't.
Exactly.
That could preach.
That's what I say.
That is so true.
For the things that I have and
that is so true.
Like you don't need everything. You don't need everything. Because if you had it now, you lose it.
But that's right.
And to people, when she mentioned Kylie, I know that somebody sitting there said, "Oh, well, she comes from a rich family." Not everybody can flip $1 million into $1 billion.
Sustain that stuff. A sex tape does not equate to success. Does not equate to billions and billions of dollars and doing all of
plenty.
Family empire.
Right. Exactly. That does not guarantee a success. That does not guarantee financial success. Like, it only guarantees fame or something. That don't equal money at all. You have 50,000 followers and not have a dime.
Sure.
You gotta still working a 40-hour job, like a week job, like.
And you know what's crazy is like, So like when you are working that job, and I get it, and I get it, because in the old mentality, that's what they kind of prepared us for, is to get these jobs that are 40 hours, and I get their heart behind it, because a lot of times these jobs weren't available for them for different reasons, either minority reasons or financial reasons, then educational reasons, whatever the reasons were.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to make their kid, since I didn't have this part of it, I'll make sure they have this part so they can get it, you know? But the game changes.
Right.
And so like a lot of what they, like a lot of times what our generation was told, you get this degree and this will happen for you, or you get this, and it just doesn't happen like that for everybody. And for the most part, it doesn't happen like that for anybody nowadays. Nowadays, you need like a doctorates or whatever. And if you're going to be, of course, surgeon, all that kind of stuff, get your degree. You ain't going to be operating on nobody with no credentials. But what was I saying? So yeah, the job security.
And they thought people would be like, she's racist.
You're Mexican.
Our family's from Mexico.
So I'm sure you're Mexican.
You're Mexican too.
So but like she said, this job security is great, but when you want to get to generational wealth, that's life security, because then you govern yourself. Like there's people that are literally can do anything they want to do at any time of the day, any day of the week, because they have life security, because they built generational wealth, so they don't have to do all this kind of things. Shout out to Jamal King, because he says that all the time. He's like, I'm not talking about job security. We're talking about life security. So you set yourself up not just for your life, but your generation and your generations after you with your last name. You're setting the stage for that, so they don't have to listen to somebody that a job they don't want to go to, do this all the time. And you people spend so much money to get these degrees, to go to a job you don't want to go to.
Yeah. To
get paid just so you can live your life. Of course you're gonna be depressed. Like, of course, that's like that. I'm depressed for you just thinking about it, just like that. But that's not what life is made for. So you can just go money and get a house, get a whole family, so you can do that and just stress about building, making sure they're okay. Then they get and teach them to do the same thing, and then you die. You're on your way out. Does that sound like a life to you?
No.
It doesn't even sound worth it. That's why a lot of people think it's not even worth it. Because there's more to it.
I bet the bag on myself. Yeah. Bet the bag on myself. Yeah. No, seriously. I'm willing to go into debt to do whatever it is that I need to do to flip money, though. The ROI is important. I'm not willing to go in debt, period. I'm willing to go in debt with the ROI attached.
And everything isn't about money. Like, that's what we want to be clear. None of us think that everything is about money. Yeah. None of us think that our entire purpose is just to get money. A lot of us have individual purposes, though, that require us to be at a place of financial stability in order to carry it out to the fullest. Right. That's the thing. All of us want to maximize the potential that God gave us. Right. All of us do. And that's the thing, like I was saying, some of you guys are going to say something about Kylie, like I said, because, she started out rich. If you can't flip $10,
right?
Don't even criticize Kylie. What are you doing? You can't flip $100. You can't even save the statistics? It's something like less than 25% of Americans have $1,000 saved.
Yeah,
I love those people.
$1,000. That's not even nothing, especially here in the in the great state of California. I love California, but they tax you to breathe.
Bro.
So I don't that's crazy to me.
They tax you to
They
do. I get the sewer tax.
Flush the fucking toilet.
Anyway, sorry. I said all that to say, save your money. Be wise with your money.
Be wise.
And maybe somewhere along the line, you'll be able to present an economic opportunity for somebody else, because that's so big.
That's ultimately one of the goals.
Right. Same. Do research. Freaking read. Financial literacy is everything. Not everything, but
and honestly, it's gonna help. But I need to work out.
Me too.
Don't think that I'm flawless and I have this all down every day.
No.
There's days I'm exhausted and I don't want to get up in the morning, even though we were talking about how we should be thankful that we're even able to get up in our right mind, able to move, don't have any chronic illnesses.
Come on.
I need to stop. I honestly need to stop complaining and stop being having a bad attitude about stuff like that, because it's I have so much going on that's really great in my life and I should be excited to get up. But anyway.
Yeah. You want to make sure you have your priorities too, because there's different things. Look, I have a good relationship with the Lord, okay? So, He knows how to operate me. So, when I put Him first, things just go well. But there's times I'll wake up in the morning and I'll wake up late or something and try to cook something, and then I will be like, oh, and have the worst day. And later on that day, I'd be like, it just hit me like, oh, consulted. I'd be like, oh, forgive me, forgive me. I didn't even, because that's where all my supply comes from. He's the one that gives me my hands, my eyes, everything to be able to even function. So like, who am I not to be grateful for? Be grateful to him first before this, because without my arms, I wouldn't be able to get there first.
Right.
So I have to be thankful first, and then you know, I could see how people, when they get all consumed in their work and all that kind of stuff, consumed in whatever, and they forget their family, they forget everything that like they're supposed to be kind of remembering, or you know, like handling. Try to handle all it's all a balance. So try to handle the forefronts.
That was long.
It was long. You had to cut it.
I know. Alright, you guys. Thank you for watching this video. If this was helpful, let us know in the comments. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe. And go ahead and subscribe. I know you've watched like 4 of our videos already. Like, just go ahead and subscribe. Stop playing games with it. And leave us a comment. Don't be too shy. I get it, because I'm shy too sometimes. Like, I don't want to leave a comment on somebody's channel if I don't know them. Or they don't know me, I should say. But just leave a comment and tell us, first of all, tell us how your financial situation is going. And if it's not going so well, we'll try to give you some links and some tips to try to help you out. But we're going to link everything that we mentioned in the description box. And I think that's it.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. Love you. Bye.